My name is Sophie Grant. I'm 22 years old. I'm from London, Ontario. I am a skateboarder. I participate in skateboarding. Skateboarding to me personally is a means of expression and creativity. I like it because it's so individual and it's not something that comes easy. I feel like that stereotypical saying, nothing worth it comes easy, is so true in terms of skateboarding. Like the feeling of working hard for your trick and landing it is something that's almost, you can't really articulate it. Skateboarding to me also is an amazing way of taking out anger or any negative emotion that you feel, because although falling, it seems like to the outside world that falling is something that we're all afraid of and we don't want to do, but some of us, sometimes those slams and those falls that we have to take in order to land our trick is what really makes you feel good at the end of the day. Yes, I've received a lot of backlash for skateboarding in ways that I didn't really expect, and also in ways that I don't really speak on very often, mainly because they're kind of personal, you know? When I first started skateboarding, I didn't really receive any backlash at all. Everybody was super hyped, you know, to be honest, there wasn't really any girl skaters around here at the time. Yeah. So everyone's like, yo, a new girl skater, sick, that's dope. But as time went on and I started to pick up sponsors and stuff like that, some people seem to feel negatively towards that. And I think it's because the difference in skill between most men and women in almost any sport. I feel like I obviously wasn't as good as everybody around me. It's obvious, you know, and I'm still not as good as the boys. And to be honest, I never expected to be, and that's not my goal. My goal is just to be good for me. I don't really get it to my face. I kind of just hear it through the grapevine type thing. Yeah. So it's not so bad. My friends and family are super supportive. At the start, my mom kind of hated skateboarding because she's like, no, you're gonna get hurt, like any mom would, you know? But at this point, she knows I love it. She sees that it's obviously kind of like my niche, you know? It's what I'm good at, and she's happy for me. She just wants to see me do my best. Yeah. And especially when the Olympics thing came into play, she's like, oh my God, because skateboarding has never really been seen as a real sport. We get kicked out of everywhere, you know, police hate us. We're not seen as a real sport until the Olympics. And my parents are old school. I set a goal every time I go to skate, most definitely, but the goals aren't always based on the same thing. Some days you don't feel like you can go out and do your hardest tricks. Not every day is the same. Some days you don't feel like yourself, some days something's going on, some days your body's not working. So depending on how I feel, I'll make a goal to go and learn something new, for sure. But if it doesn't happen, then I keep a constant goal to do some tricks, just to skate and have fun and do my thing. I think that's where most of the progression comes from anyways. The worst fall I've ever taken took me out for 8 months. And I was in San Diego filming for a street part that I have coming out. And I was skating all day long. And I shouldn't have tried this trick, but I just wanted to be honest. My worst fall ever was on something that I probably shouldn't have even fell on, but my legs were so tired. So I go to ollie down this, it's probably a 6 stair gap. And so I go to ollie down and my legs gave out on me and I slipped back so hard and I smacked my head on the back of the ground, the back of my head on the ground. I passed out for a split second, but I woke up and my friend Chris came over to me to give me a bottle of water and I dumped it out. I didn't even know what the heck was going on. But then I got back up, I did the trick. I don't remember doing the trick or anything, but I have the clip. And then on the car ride home, I thought I was in Toronto again. I was like, are we on Lansdowne? I was asking the dumbest stuff, yeah. But it took me out for 8 months and yeah, just a serious concussion from that. What sparked my interest initially in skateboarding is when I was younger, my older brother, we lived in London at the time, but he was actually an amazing skateboarder. He did a frontside flip down the Barracks 8 stair in London. And I didn't even see it, I didn't know it, but I just knew he was a skater. So right then and there as a young child, I was like, ooh, skateboarding's cool. But I didn't really pick it up until I got into high school. And it was still his group of friends though out front of the high school that were doing tricks. And I'm like, I want to do a trick, you know, hell yeah, it's sick. And then after that day, seriously, I had a best friend, his name was Sean Venner. He's like, yo, you're naturally good at skating. He's like, you gotta get a board. So we went to my house, went to the garage, dug up this old board, crusty board, and I was just doing kickflips. That's all I did, kickflip, kickflip, kickflip for like months and months, and then I was just skating. Yes, there's two people in my life that I think of specifically when this question is asked me ever. It's my mom and one of my best friends, and he's also a pro skater named Dane Berman. Those two people most definitely saw me at my lowest point in my life. I think if it wasn't for Dane, he was one of my only friends that had the hard conversation with me that nobody else wanted to have. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, you need to change or else things aren't gonna turn out for you. And for that, I will always be so grateful for meeting him and having him in my life because he changed my life. And then after I heard that, you know, it was obviously a struggle to actually change, right? So I go home to my mom, and my mom was the one, you know, keeping me in line, making sure that I'm doing what I have to do, you know, getting back into who I used to be. Okay, so other people that keep me motivated to do what I'm doing is like the people that I love to watch skate, because you watch an awesome skate video, what do you want to do? You want to go skate, you want to do what they do. So I want to say Chris Cole, Vincent Nava, all the 10C41 guys, Orlando, they all make me want to skate too. And my best friend Tyler, because I skate with him every day. Something that I would say to somebody that's thinking about getting into action sports is don't be afraid to fall and be prepared for it to be like a little addiction, because you're never gonna get over it. Once you get that adrenaline rush once, that's gonna be your thing. I've wanted to quit a few times, but never truly. I feel like the feeling of wanting to quit just comes momentarily when things aren't going right. But I feel like that's almost the same with anything in life. But when you really love something, you can't really just leave it. Like, I feel like my love and passion for skateboarding and just like for the people that I meet and my friends and the whole life around it, like, I feel like that's what brings me back all the time. I've actually never broken anything serious. I broke little tiny bones in my wrist, fingers, that's about it. I've rolled my ankles, but no real bones. Content about to be plugged. Follow me on Instagram at IHateSoph, IH8Soph, S-O-P-H, that's my Instagram. My old Instagram got deleted, so I need you guys to follow me up. Yo, you good? You good? All right, cool.